Hey, it's me and welcome back to Finding Denise. So guys, I feel like this is a topic that we have to talk about. By we, I mean me, because most of y'all don't watch for real anyway. But I'm tired, it's sad to say, but I'm tired of working for black women. Like, I can't stand working for black women who are managers because they so rude and disrespectful. It's like they don't know how to deal with power or being in power, and they think because they got a little ounce of power that they could talk to people any type of way. Like I said before, I can't keep a job, but I keep a job, meaning that I don't stay at jobs long because of the disrespect. I'm like, I'm not gonna keep dealing with it. Like, for me, my mindset, like, I can work anywhere. I don't care if it's fast food, anything, like anywhere, any job, like whatever I have to do to pay the bills at the moment, because I'm like, this ain't got nothing to do with my dreams or goals. I'm slowly working towards that, but I'm just trying to save up now, so I don't want anything permanent. And then because I'm still living in Michigan, and I know that's not my end game, so I don't want anything permanent. I don't want a serious job. I don't want anything that I'm going to have to be stuck dealing with because it has something to do with what I majored in and stuff like that. I'm free spirited, so I work anywhere. I'm like, I don't care. I do not care where it's at. It can be McDonald's, it could be a thrift store, it could be a hospital. Anywhere. I have worked those jobs. I never worked at McDonald's, but like, I've worked some everywhere, all types of jobs. I did direct care. Literally, I can do any type of job. All you got to do is teach me, show me what I'm supposed to do, and then boom, I got it. I'm like, I'm very simple. Like, so I be confused. But like, lately, the jobs that I have had, most of the time I quit because of the black manager. I'm just like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, they just rude and talk to people any type of way. And the fact that they did multiple jobs, like literally multiple jobs. And I'm like, you can ask my family. They don't never know where I work at. They like, are you still at the same place? No, because I felt, since I've been working, the longest job I have had is probably 4 months. Which is sad. It's sad. It's really sad. Like, it's either I didn't have a job because like I ended up quitting because my school stuff, I started to fall behind in school when I was in college, and college work was more important, so I would quit. I'll be like, okay, I'll try a job after I get all this stuff caught up. Or because a manager was doing too much, or because I had to move, or I moved or went somewhere else and wanted something different. It's like, I'm very spontaneous. If I get tired of something, I'm about to pick it up and I'm leaving. I'm gone. Like, the moment I just be like, I'm tired of this, I dip. But this year has been the hardest year for me because I was in a lease. I'm in the lease. My lease is ending this month, October 31st. And then I feel like I'm free because I'm mad. Like, I wanted my own apartment. I'm just like, I might as well start, but it's my first apartment. Gotta start somewhere, because I've been avoiding it on purpose because I knew I didn't want that. I didn't want my name on anything because I just wanted to pick it. Excuse me, I just wanted to be able to leave when I'm ready to leave. But man, because of this lease, I've been stuck here working all types of jobs in this area because I don't have a car either. So I stay close to my apartment where the Uber won't cost much, or it's not that far that I can just walk or catch the bus. Well, I haven't caught the bus in a long time, but walk. So I'm just like, these jobs are terrible and I'm tired of them. But I'm so happy I'm out this lease because it's like, soon as man, having this lease has been like something that I'm proud of myself for doing, but I hated it. I'm like, I trapped myself in a place I knew I didn't want to stay. I'm like, I always been like, I'm not staying in Michigan, I'm gone. And then I end up getting my own apartment, and then I'm like, it's so many opportunities I could have left already before then, but I had to turn it down because I'm like, I'm in a lease, I gotta pay my rent, I can't just disappear like I normally do, which sucked. It held me back. I was dealing with like immature stuff. Like, I had a job where I was wearing my hair like this. It was at the hospital. I was doing dish because I didn't want to deal with people, so I was like, I'll just do dish. Like, my hair is not bad. Like, it was just like this, and I had a net over my hair. Like, I was in dish, but I would help them like bring the food up to the patients that were in their room. Like, the food carts, I would go deliver food to patients' rooms to help if they were short. And at one point that did become my job for a few days. But they go, one of the black managers, she pulled me in the office and go, oh, you need to comb your hair. I'm like, this is my natural hair. You ain't telling a lady who wig slipping off her head to go comb her hair. Like, why are you pulling me in here telling me to comb my natural hair when it's up? It's pinned up like this and it's in the net. It's not messy. Literally, go comb. You need to comb your hair. I quit that day. I finished my shift and quit. That was a discrimination lawsuit, but I didn't have time. And then, because I did report it too, but their boss was like, oh, I told you. Because I originally quit, but then when I went to turn in the stuff, because I didn't want to pay for it out my check, I let them talk me back into just switching jobs and staying. Big mistake. If you want to quit from a job, don't ever go back just because they offer something a little better. Because that didn't last. I worked 2 days, and then after that I quit for good. I was like, oh no, y'all got me bent. Because after the hair thing, I did report that to them, and he like, what I tell you last time, didn't I tell you just need to ignore stuff? He gonna tell me I ain't gonna make it in life because I don't know how to ignore people. And I'm like, I'm not you. You said you started off in a dish room, now you like this big manager up here, but I'm not you. I'm not about to hold my breath. I'm not about to hold my tongue for too long just to make it up in life. I'm like, I have goals. Me being a dishwasher ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm like, I know my worth. So no, I'm not gonna hold back. Like, no. So when I knew that he didn't care that his staff was being disrespectful, I was like, bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. Like, yo, let me count on my fingers how many jobs I had this 1 year. I was at Burger King at the beginning of the year. They was dirty. The moment they started talking about mice eating bread, I was like, bye. I quit. And I never ate at that Burger King again. Don't do it. Oh, no. And then I was at a rehab center. I was a monitor or direct care worker. That's what they put. But it's a monitor. You basically like a hall monitor. It was at a school, too. Like, it was built at an old school. So you basically were in a hallway. So, yeah, hall monitor where you just help the people that's trying to recover. And get clean. You just like, you make sure they're going to their meetings on time. You make sure they got their cigarette breaks. Like, I did that. Now that one, now I quit the Burger King because it was dirty. I ended up quitting the rehab because I was picking up all these shifts for them, overtime, just like working 16-hour day shifts. I'd be like, I work 16 hours and then get off at 7 and have to come back at 3 to work another double. Like, I was helping, but then I didn't mind because I had a trip coming up, but I let them know I had a trip. But then because somebody was out, they denied my time off request. She's like, oh, I can't do it. I'm like, my stuff booked. My hotel booked in LA. My stuff ready for Boston too, because I was going to LA and Boston. My flight's already paid for, and I told you all this, and you gonna tell me no because you don't want to work yourself for a few days because you got me doing all these shifts. And I was nice enough to do all the shifts for you. Now you want me to take full responsibility for shifts that's not really mine. Bye-bye. So I quit. And then after that, I was a server at a assisted living home. That wasn't bad, but that was a lot. And then I'm the type of employee, I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do. Like, if they kept me upstairs in one part, that would have been good. But they wanted me downstairs at another part, which would have made my anxiety flare up. So I was like, bye-bye. So no issues with managers there. So after that, I was at Little Caesars. I worked at Little Caesars before, and then Little Caesars is my favorite pizza, so I knew I could eat my favorite pizza all the time. So I didn't mind that. But then like I didn't get enough hours because they told me I could do full-time, but the hours was part-time. They was like, oh, only managers have full-time, and I was like, that's not what they told me during the interview. So I was getting the wrong amount of hours. I wasn't making enough money based on what I calculated to pay my rent. And then they put me, like, I preferred at Little Caesars, I wanted to be in the back. I was in a point where I'm tired of people, so don't put me on no cash register. Then they was like, oh, you gotta get trained on here. So after I did that, I was like, bye-bye. And then that's where I was at the hospital. That's 5 jobs already in 1 year. Oh my God. I was at the hospital, and that first black manager, I was like, I'm done. They rude. Like, the way they talk, it's like, I'm not your child. I mean, I know I look younger than what I am, but I am 27. I'm 3 years from 30. Who are you talking to? Like, don't, because I'm quiet. Like, I'm quiet and low back at work. So people just think it's easy to talk to me in type of way, and it's not. I'm like, don't play with me, because I am a sweetheart, but don't take me there, because when I get there, it's gonna be hard to come down, and it's gonna be me or you. So after the hospital, where did I go after the hospital? Oh, I went to the thrift store. I was at the thrift store, and that manager, me and her got into it the very first day before I even became an employee, because she said that I was rude to her. But in my defense, I got papers. I'm talking to somebody else, so I don't even know who this lady is. I didn't even know she's the big manager that's over everybody. I didn't know that, because when she walked up to me, she didn't introduce herself. Somebody else told me, the lady, the hiring manager, whatever, her assistant, she said she's her assistant. She came up to me and she told me that she was gonna be the one that came back to talk to me. So when this random lady came in and started touching my papers that got my social security number on there, I looked at her like, up and down. But what managers walk up to you and don't introduce themselves? Now, like I said, I have had so many jobs. So the fact that you walked up to me and just told me that I should have assumed that you was somebody important just because you touched my papers and nobody else did, I don't care. You introduce yourself first. You go, hi, I'm this and that, I'm gonna be that. You have any questions? She picked up my papers, started looking through stuff, still ain't say who she was. I'm like, who are you? Like, who? I don't know nobody here. I know the one lady I talked to who told me she was coming back to me. So the fact that you walked up to me and you didn't introduce yourself, yes, I'm gonna look at you like you crazy. So we got off on the wrong foot. And she didn't like that, and we ended up getting into it one day because she got mad because I'm a cashier. She told me to go to the floor, so I was like, but I did it. I still went and I did my job. But I'm like, at the end of the day, me going on the floor to help y'all on the floor, that's not my job. It's not even in a job description. So that's not what you hired me for. If I wanted to go on the floor, y'all gave me a chance to pick the floor or to be in the cashier. I picked the cashier. So what made you think I wanted to work on the floor? Like, no, you're not about to overwork me because you can't keep employees. I'm only going to the floor because y'all keep firing people or people keep quitting because of the way they talking to people. Girl, but she tried it. She talking about some, oh, and then she didn't like that I openly said in front of her assistant that I didn't like her. So she like, and she heard you say you don't like me. I was like, okay, I said it loud enough for everybody to hear. That triggered the fuck out of her. And she was like, you know what, after today you can clock out, you ain't gotta come back. And I said, I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna clock out for you right now. Like, what makes you think you was gonna have me in this office going like this and think I'm gonna stay here for the rest of the day and work for you? Girl, bye. Like, her mouth was terrible. When I say they can't keep employees, to this day they can't keep employees. And then after that I started working at Taco Bell. But I seen the security guard and he was like, yeah, she called herself checking me today. And I'm like, the security guards don't work for them. They are like, they work for a different server that gets sent there. So I'm like, you even being rude to people that's outside help. Like, girl, gone. Like, they can't keep employees to save their life. But it was just like, no, it was too much. And then I'm like, I don't know, I do have a smart mouth, I do. But at work, I am a very professional person. Unless it depends on the work environment. If I know I'm cool with everybody and we all fun, we gonna have fun. I'm gonna play around and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna be rude to the customers. I'm very professional. Like, can't nobody go, oh, she's a very disrespectful person. Like, if I got rude with you, you took me there. You honestly took me there. But man, that's like 7 jobs. And then I just quit Taco Bell. That is sad. I can't keep a job. But like, I just get tired because in my head I'm always like, what are you doing? You got a whole college degree and look at where you work. Look how much you're getting paid. What was the point of suffering if this was gonna be your life? That's my mindset. So I'll be like, I can do better, and I will quit. But I'm like, because I don't plan to stay here long and my trip coming up, I just want to work anywhere to save up a little bit more money. And after that, when I come back, I'm going to work and save up a little bit more money. Then I'm moving to Boston. I'm not gonna stay here. And then even then, when I move to Boston, I still plan to travel. Every year I either want to go out, I'm going out the country. I'm trying to go out the country once a year and out the state. Like, I want to be free. I want to truly be free. I want to be able to travel and see the world and pick somewhere where I want to permanently live. Like, I'm okay if my permanent place is Boston. I done visit Boston a few times. I like Boston. So if I permanently end up in Boston, that's cool. But my goal is out the country. I don't want to stay in America for the rest of my life. I want to go somewhere else. So that's why I want to travel, to see where do I want to end up. Can I survive here? So anytime I go out the country, just know I'm not staying for no week or two. It's gonna be months. I'm staying there for months because I want to check out the area fully. Like, I'm not about to be a tourist and be like, oh, this nice, and then I get there and I'm just like, this, I ain't see this part. I did not see this. No, I'm gonna be all in their country's business, all up in it. So I'm trying to stay as long as Americans can stay on a tourist visa, which is mainly 90 days. I'm gonna be there. So yeah, y'all, I can't keep a job. That's the moral of the story. But I will say I'm a great worker and a great employee. So when I do quit, people be like, dang. They be upset. My coworkers be like, no, be for real. You really go? I'm like, I'm going. I'm not gonna tolerate it. And then my family just like, when I tell them stuff, they be like, yeah, I just know you about to get ready to quit. It's because I'm already overqualified. And then I got attitude problems. Like the moment I get mad enough that I feel like I want to hit you, I'ma quit. Cause I'm like, I be wanting to hit people. And that's not good for my mental health. I'm like, I'm holding in all this anger because you want to be disrespectful and you don't know how to treat people. Like, that's weird. People are weird. They don't know how to treat employees. They barely want to pay more, and then they think somebody got to deal with that. Like, they get, and then they have the nerves to get shocked when somebody quit. And then they keep going, I don't know why we keep losing people. That was something I heard a lot in the jobs that I worked. I don't know why we can't keep people. I don't know why we losing people. I don't know why people quit. It's y'all. It's always the managers. It's y'all. It really is y'all. Now, for the rehab, they weren't black, but they were white, but it was still the managers. Like, I don't know what y'all thought this was. And then you gonna tell me I can't go on my vacation, but then go have the nerves to go on a vacation to Florida right after you deny mine. I should have punched them in the throat. But yeah, man, people weird. But I'll continue to take y'all on this journey. But if y'all want to hear like stories about certain why did I just get confused? I don't know why I can't say that word right. Y'all want to hear like individual stories about the job related incidents that I have, or some funny stories, just let me know. Yeah, just let me know. I'm open to tell. Bye.